हरे यमुना तेरा बनचारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। नीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। नीताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तनम की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदां सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सर्वशास्त्राब्धि पीयूष सर्ववेदैक सत्फल सर्वसिद्धांत रत्नाढ्य सर्वलोकैक दृक्पद सर्वभागवत प्राण श्रीमद्भागवत प्रभो कलिध्वांतोदितादित्य श्रीकृष्ण परिवर्तित परमानंद पाठाय प्रेम वर्षाक्षराय ते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोस्तु मे। मदेक बंधो मत्संगिन मद्गुरो मन्महाधन मन्निस्तारक मद्भाग्य मदानंद नमोस्तुते। असाधु साधुता दायीन अतिनीचोच्चतारक हानमुंच कदाचिन्मां प्रेम्णारद कंठयो स्फुर। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण की जय। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you in today's session. We continue our discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, and currently we are in chapter 13. So we will complete this chapter today and also planning to take some section from the next chapter. Okay. So we didn't have the class on last Ekadashi in the last week. So we are extending from today for next 4 days, half an hour in every session, so that we can compensate for the lost 1 hour, the one session that we have lost. Because although this section has 5 chapters only, 12 to 16, but then if you see each one of them is having almost close to 50 verses. So it is close to 250 verses to be covered in these many sessions. So we will extend by half an hour every day, next 4 sessions, and then we should be able to complete it. Okay, so in chapter 13, which is the appearance of Lord Varaha, so we have seen till verse 18. We saw that how when Manu was instructed by Lord Brahma to procreate, so then he submitted his plea that actually his place of residence is not there, because earth was uh, submerged into the waters of Garbhodak ocean. So this is when Lord Varaha appeared from Brahmaji's nostril and immediately grew in a very huge size. First, he was only Angushtamatram, only of the size of tip of the thumb, but then he became very huge, and that will be all described in today's session. So from verse 18, we will go up to verse 33, where we summarily, Varaha's pastime is explained. And then after 34, I mean, starting from verse 34, there is prayers to Lord Varaha. But these prayers are not very elaborately commented. So these prayers will be very quickly done. They are not commented by acharyas or even Prabhupada very much, very briefly. Lord Varaha is glorified as Yajnamurti, and that is the next section. So 33 to almost 45. And then that last 5 verses of this chapter. Okay, so we will pause at verse 33 once this pastime narration aspect is over, and check if there are some questions or something. Okay, so we move on from text 19. So Lord Varaha has appeared from NASA, from the uh, nostril of Brahmaji, but he was only Varahatoko Niragad. Very small Sukshma Varaha came, but then now we will see that how he grows to a very huge size. Tasyabhi khastha tanena kila bharata gajamatrah pravrudhe tad tadadbhutam abhudmahat.
O descendant of Bharat, while Brahma was observing him, that boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation as gigantic as a great elephant.
Yeah, so he was Varahatok, but immediately became Gajamatra Pravavrdhe. He became like huge elephant, gigantic elephant in the skies, like that. So expanded his size to such a great extent. And this is all happening on Satyalok. uh, So from it grew in his size so much there, huge like an elephant. And then from Satyaloka he goes to down to the Garbhodak. मरीचि प्रमुखैर्विप्रैः कुमारैर्मनुना सह दृष्ट्वा तत्सौकरं रूपं तर्कयामास चित्रधा.
Struck with wonderful at observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky, Brahma, with great Brahmanas like Marichi, as well as the Kumaras and Manu, began to argue in various ways.
So seeing that form, which was unprecedented, drishtva tat saukaram rupam tarkayamas, they started thinking, what is this form? Who is he? Tarkayamas, they started conjecturing, arguing amongst themselves. Chitradha in various ways, because that form was very much special and very unprecedented. So they were wondering, who is this personality? And then they come to a conclusion. 21. Kim etat sukara vyajam satvam divyam avasthitam aho bataschayam idam nasayame vinisritam.
In this some extraordinary entity come in the pretense of a boar. It is very wonderful that he has come from my nose.
Yeah, so Brahmaji is thinking, sukara vyajam, and this just on the pretext or just taking apparent form of sukar. Vyaja means pretext. Vyaja. So sukara vyajam. So is this some other personality who has taken the form of sukara, just apparently a sukara, but satvam divyam avasthitam. But he is some very extraordinary personality like that. And it is a great surprise that he has come out from my nostril. Brahmaji is saying, Nasaya me vinisritam. Very wonderful thing that he has come out from my nose. Okay, 22. Drishtongushtha shiro matraha Shanad ganda shila samaha Apisvid bhagvanesha Yajno me khedayan manaha.
First of all, this boar was seen to be no bigger than the tip of a thumb, and within a moment he became as large as a boulder. My mind is perturbed. Is he the supreme person of a godhead, Vishnu?
Hmm. So first Angushta Shiromatra, tip of the thumb only. Kshanat Gandashila Sama. But in a moment he has become like Gandashila. He has become like a huge boulder. Apis with Bhagwan Esha. ये भगवान तो नहीं है. यज्ञों में खेदयन मनः, ये भगवान यज्ञ तो नहीं है, and he has come to make hedayan manah, causing my mind to be perturbed or confused, because he is not manifesting his original form as Lord Yajna, but he has come in this sukara vyaja. So that way kedayan means agitating or bewildering my mind because of adrishta rupa avirbhavena. Because he is coming in adrishta rupa. He's not coming in his Vishnu form, but he's coming in this other form. So is he Lord Vishnu? So Brahmaji is coming to conclusion. Yes, this is Lord Vishnu. Iti mimansatastasya brahmana sah sunobhihi bhagwan yajna purusho jagarjagendra sannibha.
While Brahma was deliberating with his sons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, roared tumultuously like a great mountain.
So they were doing like this Mimansa. Mimansa was going on. Oh, I think this is Vishnu. His Vishnu only, like that. So Brahma and his sons, Marichi and Bhrigu and all of them. So as if to, say yes to, or as if to give Anumati, Jagar Jagendra Sannibha, as is approve their words, as if yes Brahma, that's correct, I am Vishnu only, as if to give that anumatim, jagarja tad anumatim kurvan, to sanction what Brahmaji was conjecturing. He made a sound, jagarja, hum kritvan iva, hum, hunkar. He made, Varaha made a big hunkar, like that. So that hunkar is typically how boar or tajjati vishesha, anukaraniya dhvani, Vishwanath Chakravarti says, that sound which the boar makes, like that he made that sound. That kind of sound, right? So maybe some of you are more expert, but whatever. It is natural for me to make such sound like that. So anyway, he made such sound, hunkar he made like that. So, and he approved what Brahmaji was saying. They felt, yes, this is Lord Vishnu. It was like as if he was accepting, yes, you have understood. Prabhupada says in purport, it appears that great hills and mountains also have their roaring power because they are also living entities. Some of the great mountains, they are also living entities. Not every mountain, but mountains like Himalaya, right? They are personalities. So they have great roaring power, Prabhupada says. So that's how Bhagavan Varaha is compared. His roaring is compared like a great mountain roaring. Agendra Sannibha. Aga means mountain. Agendra, best of mountain, like that. The volume of the sound vibrated is in proportion to the size of material body. Prabhupada says, the sound that comes out of a material body, humkar, it is in proportion to the size of material body. While Brahma was guessing about the appearance of Lord's incarnation as a boar, the Lord confirmed Anumatim Kurvan, Brahma's contemplation by roaring with his gorgeous voice. That sound was very gorgeous. It is said to be very beautiful. Usually nobody likes the sound of a boar in this world, but this sound was gargaritam, it is said later in the verse, but it was very sweet. Everybody, they were feeling ecstasy hearing that sound like that. Okay. Brahmanam harshayamasa haristanscha dvijottaman swagarjitena kakubhaha pratisvanayata vibhuhu.
The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead enlivened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmanas by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions.
Yeah, so again, he made everyone happy, Brahma and all the Dvijas like Bhrigu and everybody, by his wonderful, beautiful sound that he made, which echoed in all the directions like that. So Prabhupada says in purport that appearance of this wonderful gigantic Varaha, they were not fearful of him, but rather they became very happy by his, by his sound, by his presence. Nishamyate ghar gharitam swakheda Shaishnu maya maya sukarasya Janastapa satya nivasinaste Tribhir pavitrer munayo granansma.
And the great sages and thinkers who are residents of Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka heard the tumultuous voice of Lord Bor, which was the all auspicious sound of all merciful Lord. They chanted auspicious chants from the three Vedas.
Yeah. So nishamyate ghar gharitam, that ghar gharitam, that sound of the boar. And that sound was swakheda saishnu. That sound was actually taking away or destroying all their sadness, all their sambhrama. All the distress that they had was being taken away by that sound, meaning they understood that now that Lord is going to give the solution to this problem, that the earth is not seen, the earth is there at the Garbhodak ocean. Or Swakhed can also mean that they were confused about what is his identity, but now he confirmed that he is none other than Lord Vishnu. So in this way, he eliminated their kheda, their distress. Maya Maya Sukarasya. And this Sukara, Varaha, is said to be Maya Maya. So this word is commented in Tika and also by Prabhupada. That is the only word that is commented. So seeing this Maya Maya Sukara, Jana Tapa Satya Nivasinaste, all these residents of Jana Tapa Satya Loka, all of them, they glorified him, Agranan Sma, by the Tribhi Pavitra, by the verses from the Vedas, by the prayers, all auspicious mantras from the three Vedas, from Riksam, Yaju, they glorified him. So purport, Prabhupada says word Maya, Maya is very significant. So Maya word has multiple meanings, many, many meanings in fact. Maya can mean Maya, illusion. Maya can mean opposite of illusion, Jnana. That is also one meaning of Maya. Maya Vayune, matlab Jnanam. So Maya can mean avidya, Maya can also mean vidya. Maya can also mean kripa, kripa or love. In Marathi also they say, khub maya karto, like, so that Maya, that meaning is there also. Kripa, great mercy or great love, that is also. Maya can also mean dambha, conceit. That is also one meaning of Maya. So like that. So here Maya Mayasya, Srila Jiva Goswami says that this form which has manifested out of his great mercy, that's the meaning. The form which has manifested out of mercy for all the living entities of this world, like that. This is not some avidya form. See, such words come, then impersonalists take the meaning like, oh, this form is Ishvara is also Maya, they say. So this is a form made up of avidya. So they take such meanings like that. But then this form is being glorified by all the great sages, and this is, this is the form which is transcendental. There is so much of Falashruti explained about hearing about this form. So one can understand that it is transcendental form of the Lord. Even the activities which are done by the Lord's form, so they are extraordinary activities. So this is how Maya Mayasya, it means that actually Jnana Mayasya, this form is full of knowledge, or it means Maya Mayasya means this form is full of mercy, Kripa Mayasya. He is full of mercy, he is embodiment of all knowledge. Forget avidya, but this form is embodiment of all the transcendental knowledge. So that is the form, that is the point of that Maya Mayasya. And that is why all these extraordinary sages, highly intellectual sages, Prabhupada says, they glorified him with the choice, suktas from all the three Vedas, like that. Finally, Prabhupada says, transcendental vibration in that the most important is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tesham satam veda vitana murti Brahma vadharyatma gunanuvadam Vinadya bhuyo vibudo dayaya Gajendra lilo jalama vivesha.
Playing like an elephant, he entered into the water after roaring again in reply to the Vedic prayers by the great devotees. The Lord is the object of the Vedic prayers, and thus he understood that the devotees' prayers were meant for him.
Yeah. So in this way, when they glorified the Supreme Lord with the beautiful prayers from the Vedas, Avadharya, he accepted those prayers. He understood those prayers. He accepted those prayers. Brahma Avadharya, whatever they had glorified, the glorification, the transcendental Vedic sound that they had spoken, he understood it and accepted it. Atma Gunanuvadam, they were glorifying him only, meaning they were glorifying this Varaha only, like that. And Varaha is said to be Veda Vitana Murti, one who is Tuyate, one who is glorified in the Vedas. So they were glorifying him from the prayers of the Vedas, knowing that he is Lord Vishnu, like that. So he accepted those prayers, and then Jalama Vivesha, he entered into the water. Before that, Vinadya Bhuyo, again he made a tumultuous sound, a roaring sound. And then like a Gajendra, how he enters a great elephant, how he enters into a lake, like that he entered into the Garbhodak ocean. Vibhudodayaya, in order to benefit all the great souls, sages, personalities like Brahma. So he entered into the waters to pick up the earth. So Prabhupada says in purport that the Vedas are said to be the breath of the Lord, and that breath was inhaled by Brahma, the original student of the Vedas. The breathing from the nostril of Brahma caused the appearance of Lord Boar, and therefore the boar incarnation of the Lord is personified Vedas. Just as Vedas came out of Brahma's nostril, so here Lord Varaha also came out of his nostril. So Prabhupada is saying that this form is non-different than personified Vedas, like that. So he's striking that kind of comparison. Even otherwise, he is a form which is personified Vedas, because he is actually the root cause of all Vedas. In fact, Vedas come out of his Uchavas, his nostril, like that. So Lord Boar, that's why he is considered to be the Veda Vitana Murti, meaning one who is the object of Vedas, or one who is glorified by Vedas, one who can be understood by the sound of the Vedas, by following the instructions of the Vedas, like that. So he is glorified in this fashion as Lord Boar, being Yajna Vitana Murti. Okay, further. Utshiptavada Kachara Kathoraha Sata Vidhunvan Khararoma Shatvak Purahataabhra Sitadramshta Iksha Jyotirbabhase Bhagavan Mahidraha.
Before entering the water to rescue the earth, Lord Boar flew in the sky, slashing his tail, his hard hairs quivering. His very glance was luminous, and he scattered the clouds in the sky with his hooves and his glittering white tusks.
Yeah, so his dhyanam, before he is entering, or while he is entering into the Garbhodak waters, so his dhyana is spoken, meaning his form is spoken. Atha dhyanam, so this is the dhyana. His form is spoken. Utkshiptavala kachara kathora. So he raised his tail, valaha, and he kacharaha, khecharati iti kachara or khechara. He directly from the sky, from Satyaloka, through the medium of the sky, he just flew to Garbhodak ocean. Kacharaha. Kathoraha, his whole body was very, very hard. Sata vidhunvan khararoma shatvak, and his body, his especially hairs on the shoulder, like how a boar has a lot of hairs on the shoulder, very sharp hairs also, khararoma shatvak, like that. So he shook his body, and he was ready to enter into the waters of Garbhodak. Khura hatabhra sitadranshta iksha. uh, appeared like he's scattering all the clouds by his hooves. He was so huge. Sitadramshta, his tusks were of white color, white tusks. Iksha Jyoti, and his eyes were sparkling, luminous like sun and moon. Babhase Bhagavan Mahidra. In this way, he very much, emitted a great effulgence. He shone forth there in that. So his roop is being described in this particular verse, like that. So this similar description is also there by Jayadev Goswami. Vasati dashana shikhare dharani tavalagna shashini kalanka kalaiva nimagna keshavadhrita shukara rupa jaya jagadisha hare. Vasati dashana shikhare dharani tava lagna. Dashana shikhare, dashan matlab tusk. On his tusks, Dharani is situated there. Tava lagna, she is sitting there very, satke baithi hai, like that. She is sitting there. Shashini kalanka kalayeva nimagna. And the form of the boar was like white form. So on that white form, on white tusk, that earth looked like some spot on the moon. Shashini kalanka kalayeva nimagna. So this Jayadev Goswami is visualizing this dhyanam, and he's glorifying in this manner. Keshavadhrita Shukara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Okay. His activity then is being spoken now. Dhyanam is over, now Leela. Granena Prithvya Padavim Vijigran Toda Padesha Swayamadvaranga Karaladam Stropya Karala Drigbhyam Udviksha Vipran Granato Vishatkam.
He was personally the Supreme Lord Vishnu and was therefore transcendental. Yet, because he had the body of a hog, he searched after the earth by smell. His tusks were fearful, and he glanced over the devotee Brahmanas engaged in offering prayers. Thus he entered the water.
So Krodapadeshaha, Kroda, he had taken that form of a boar. So he acted also like a boar in order to search the Prithvi. How he wanted to search Prithvi? He was not looking for Prithvi. How does a boar look or search something? By smell. So he also, Granena Prithvya, by his snout, by his nose, he started searching for that Prithvi. So he was acting like how he had taken the form, like that. Swabhavopi Krodasya Darshita. Jiva Goswami says that because he has taken a form of Varaha, so he's showing also form and Swabhava also of Varaha, like that. Karala Damshtropi Akarala Drigbhyam. So although he had very ferocious, very fierce tusks, those Karala Damshtra, they looked very fearful. But then his eyes were Akarala Drigbhyam. He was looking at all the sages and Brahmaji with eyes which were not at all fearful, which were very pleasant, which were full of mercy and full of love for them. So Drigbhyam, like that. So on one side, the appearance is very fierce with his such tusks and huge form and all. But then on the other side, he is also glancing with a very pleasant glance is there, very soothing glance is there. And in this manner, when he was being glorified, the sages were glorifying, and he was looking at them in a very pleased manner. He was mercifully looking at them. And then in that manner, Avishatkam, he entered the water, like that. So Srila Jiva Goswami says that this is his uniqueness. Akritya Annesham Ugropi. Although he was very ugra to see, but on the other side, for bhaktas kripa drishtya param sukomala. For bhaktas, by his merciful glance, he was very, very sweet to be seen like that. So even he prays like that. Sridhar Swami, right? In his Bhagavatam commentary, he says, for Nrsimhadev, ugropi anugrahevayam svabhaktanam nrkesari. Kesariva swapotanam annesham ugra vikrama. He says that this lioness or lion is very fierce, very ferocious for the animals, other animals, but for his cubs, he is extremely, or she is extremely loving and pleasing. They are not at all fearful of lioness like that. So similarly, Swabhaktanam Nrukesari. So that's how Lord is. He can manifest simultaneously that anger towards Hiranyakashipu or demons and love towards Prahlad with two eyes, two different emotions like that simultaneously. So this is Lord's amazing nature. Viruddha samanyam tasmin nachitram. Tattva Sutra also says, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that this is Lord's nature. He can have contradictory qualities, which is not possible for jivas. Together at once, many different kinds of qualities he can manifest, which are completely contradictory, like that. Okay, so 28. Yeah, so Prabhupada also says, yeah, he played the part of the living entity. I mean, he played the part of an Varaha by smelling, trying to find out. So all the points of Srila Jiva Goswami, they are mentioned by Prabhupada also. Savajrakuta, okay. Savajrakutanga nipata vega vishirna kukshi stanayannudadvan utsrishta dirghormi bhujairivartah Sukrosha Yagneshwara Pahimeti.
diving into the water like a diving into the water like a giant mountain. Lord Boar divided the middle of the ocean, and two high waves appeared as the arms of the ocean, which cried loudly as if praying to the Lord, O Lord of all sacrifices, please do not cut me in two. Kindly give me protection.
Udanvan Chukrosha. Ocean cried out. Udanvan Chukrosha. Why did he cry out? Why did he cry out? Because Vishirna Kukshihi. Because his stomach was, or rather, his expanse of water was Vishirna, was split by Varaha into two. Vajrakutanga Nipata Vega, because he had such a mountain-like body when he jumped with a great speed in the ocean. So it was like he tore apart the stomach of ocean, and that's why Udanvan Chukrosh, Udanvan Akrosh karne lage samudra, he started crying like that. And how that Akrosh was expressed by him, Utsrishta Dirghormi Bhujay Rivart. So those huge waves that caused in ocean, they were like two hands raised by the ocean. And with those two hands raised, Bhujay, he's saying, please, Pahima, please protect me, please don't, kill me, or rather, please protect me. Please don't destroy me, hey Yadneshwar. So that Utpreksha is being done for the ocean who, cried out in this fashion. Okay, text 30. Khure kshura prayer darayanstadapa utpadaparam triparu rasayam dadarshagam tatra sushupsuragre yam jivadhanim swayam abhyadatta.
Lord Boar penetrated the water with his hooves, which were like sharp arrows, and found the limits of the ocean, although it was unlimited. He saw the earth, the resting place for all living beings, lying as it was in the beginning of creation, and he personally lifted it.
Yeah. So Varaha Dev, Dadarsha, he saw there in the depths of the water, Garbhodak ocean. He saw earth, Gam Dadarsh, and also Abhyadatta. He also uplifted her, like that. So when he was entering, it is said to be like he was tearing apart, cutting down the water. Darayan Stadapa, by his sharp hooves, he cut down the water, went there in the depth of the Garbhodak ocean. Utpara Param, it is said. He found the limit of all that water, means he went all the way down at the bottom of Garbhodak ocean. Rasayam, it is said. So Rasayam here basically means at the bottom of the Garbhodak ocean. It doesn't mean Rasatala planet or something. That meaning is given like that. Yam, and there he found the earth, which is said to be Yam Jiva Dhanim. She is the one who maintains all the living entities. She is the holding ground of all the living entities over here. She protects them, she nourishes them. So that earth was seen by him and he lifted her. So Prabhupada also comments on that Rasayam word. Jiva Goswami has commented that here Rasayam doesn't mean that the earth went to Rasatala, no, but much below Rasatala. It just means Upalakshanam, in the direction of Rasatala, but all the way down to Garbhodak ocean, like that. So that is what is just mentioned in the purport. Okay, 31. Swadamshtrayodhritya mahim nimagnam sa utthita samruruche rasaya tatrapi daityam gadaya patantam sunabhasandipita tivramanyo.
Lord Boar will easily took the earth on his tusk and got it out of the water. Thus he appeared very splendid. Then, his anger growing like the Sudarshan wheel, he immediately killed the demon Hiranyaksha, although he tried to fight with the Lord.
Yeah. So there, Swadamshtraya Udhritya Mahim Nimagnam, that earth which was submerged into the ocean, he lifted her up by his tusks. Sauthitaha Samruruche Rasaya. And when he was rising from there, he looked very beautiful, Samruruche. Tatrapi Daityam Gadaya Patantam. But suddenly, he saw that this demon Hiranyaksha was about to attack him with the Gada. He came attacking on him with Gada. So this made Varahadev very angry. Ati Tivra Manyuhu, Sunabha Sandipita Tivra Manyu. So he became very, very angry because of this, like glowing Sudarshan wheel. It is said he became like glowing Sudarshan wheel. So his anger became manifest there. That this person, he is trying to attack me, Hiranyaksha. Who is he? And he is trying to attack me. So he became very angry, and he killed also. Jaghana. That's the sentence gets completed in the next verse. Jagan. So 32, 33, and then I'll give the details of these two pastimes here. What is happening is 31. Now this is a pastime from another Manvantar is entering. Till 30, it was Swayambhu Manvantar. But Hiranyaksha's appearance means now this is Chakshusha Manvantar pastime. So both have been spoken together by Maitreya Muni. Ekikritya. Two pastimes have been put into one, and he's explaining in a seamless way, but actually they are two different pastimes, like that. So we'll see that. So in purport also Prabhupada is here mentioning that these two are different pastimes from different devastations. One is Swayambhu, another is Chakshusha, like that. So yeah, two more verses and then we'll discuss this. Jaghana Rundhana Masahya Vikramam Salilagebham Ragaradi Tadraktapankam Kitagandattundo Yatha Gajendro Jagatim Vibhindan.
Thereupon Lord Boar killed the demon within the water, just as a lion kills an elephant. The cheeks and tongue of the Lord became smeared with the blood of the demon, just as an elephant becomes reddish from digging in the purple earth.
Yeah. So Jaghana, he killed him. He killed Hiranyaksha. Rundhanam Asaya Vikramam, he was trying to stop Varahadev from taking the earth. And he was very powerful also, Asaya Vikramam, but Jaghana, he killed him. Varahadev killed this Hiranyaksha. Leela Yebham Ragaradi Vambhasi, just like very, very easily, Leela Ya. He killed like some lion kills an elephant. And because of his blood, tad rakta pankankita ganda tundo. So he became smeared with the blood of this Hiranyaksha. Tad rakta panka, that blood is compared to mud. So he became covered with the mud of the blood of this Hiranyaksha, Ganda Tundo, especially his snout as well as his Ganda, his cheeks and his face became covered with blood of this Hiranyaksha. Yatha Gajendro Jagatim Vibhindan, just like some great elephant when he starts digging the earth, digging some huge amount of clay. So what happens? The elephant turns reddish. So similarly, here it is said that he also became reddish due to the tadrakta, due to the blood of Hiranyaksha and being bathed in that blood like that. Okay, last verse. Tamala Neelam Sitadanta Kotya Mamut Kshipantam Gajalila Yanga Pradnyaya Baddhanjalayo Nuvakair Virinchi Mukhya Upatasthurisham.
Then the Lord, playing like an elephant, suspended the earth on the edge of his curved white tusks. He assumed a bluish complexion like that of a tamal tree, and thus the sages, headed by Brahma, could understand him to be the supreme personality of Godhead and offered respectful obeisances unto the Lord.
Yeah. So in this way, they glorified Upatastuhu. They glorified who? All these people. Virinchi Mukhya, headed by Brahma, all the sages and all of them. They glorified Isham, they glorified this Supreme Lord. Baddhanjalayo, by folding their hands. Anuvake, by chanting the Vedic glorifications, they glorified this Supreme Lord. And his complexion is explained as Tamala Neelam. He is actually blackish, bluish Lord, Tamala Neelam, just like how Tamala tree is there. So, Sitadanta Kotyakshmam Utshipantam, and on his white tusks, that curve, Koti is Dhanush Koti, that white, that curve which is there at the tusk. By that, one who has picked up this Kshma, meaning the earth, just like some earth picks up, the elephant sometimes picks up a lotus or like that with his tusk. Sometimes elephant also is seen lifting something by his tusk. They also have tusks. So similarly, this also, he had picked up the earth this way. So this Lord was then glorified by all the sages and Brahmaji. Okay, so these are two pastimes being combined here. So whole detail of this thing is mentioned by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, but originally all these details are there in Laghu Bhagavatamrita by Srila Rupa Goswami. This whole two boars episode in the Leela Avatar section, Srila Rupa Goswami has analyzed with great details. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has in fact quoted from Laghu Bhagavatamrita straight away in his commentary. And Jeev Goswami and all others, they have derived from Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Rupa Goswami only. So there, Baldev Vidyabhushan has written a commentary on Laghu Bhagavatamrita, and all the verses of Laghu Bhagavatamrita he puts into question answer. So I have just taken that question answer. First question is, why and how did the first boar avatar appear? When and how did the second boar avatar appear? What were their colors and forms? Baldev Vidyabhushan raises these questions. Okay. So first boar appeared in the Brahma Swayambhu Manvantar. In Brahma, see, these pastime is from Brahma Kalpa. Okay, these two pastimes have been described. That is Laghu Bhagavatamrit. It says that it is being spoken from Brahma Kalpa. Okay, so first Boar avatar, first Varaha appeared in Swayambhu Manvantar, while the second appeared in Chakshusha, sixth Manvantar. The first one appeared from nostril of Brahma. The second one appeared from the waters of Garbhodak. Okay. First one has appeared from nostril. We saw that. But the second one appeared from the waters of the Garbhodak ocean, like that. The second boar is also said to be sometimes Nrvaraha, half man and half boar. The second one. And this is especially the version of Padma Puran. Padma Puran says that this Varaha was half boar and half man, like that. So sometimes you find that kind of depiction also, right? Yeah, because it is mentioned in Padma Puran. So yeah, there could be Kalpantar, Kalpabhed, because of which it is like this. So the first boar who appeared only lifted the earth. There was no Hiranyaksha that time. While the second boar killed the Hiranyaksha and also lifted the earth. Okay. First one only lifted the earth because there was no Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha is son of Diti, and Diti is daughter of Daksha, who is getting those 60 daughters only in Chakshusha Manvantar. There is no daughters of Daksha in the Swayambhav Manvantar. It's not there. So that's why there is no question of, Hiranyaksha and all this Hiranyakashipu. Both of them have appeared in Chakshusha Manvantar. So first boar only lifted the earth from the water, while the second boar killed Hiranyaksha and also lifted the earth. But Baldev says, but can we also not consider that Varaha killed Hiranyaksha during Swayambhu's reign also? Can we not say that Hiranyaksha's killing could also happen in Swayambhu Manvantar? So then he only answers, and which we just spoke. At the beginning of Brahma's day, during Swayambhu's reign, Swayambhu's two sons did not have any offspring. One only hears about the birth of his sons and daughters in Swayambhu Manvantar. There is no, further, Dhruva or all this. I mean, all the way, actually, Daksha comes all in this line only, all the way after, Dhruva and all these people. So that's why there was no Prachetas that time. Prachetas also come in that line of Uttanapada. No Daksha was there, no Diti was there at that particular time. So that's why there is no question of in Swayambhu Manvantar, Lord killing Hiranyaksha, because there is no Hiranyaksha that time, this way. So Daksha, if you see, he is born as one of the sons, which we read also in the Swayambhu Manvantar, but he offends Lord Shiva, right? That pastime is there of him offending Lord Shiva. And then because of which he is killed by Virabhadra, right? So he is killed by Virabhadra, then he is offered that goat head. And then Daksha performs the austerity, the Daksha performs penances to please Lord Shiva so that he can be reinstated in his position. So his austerities continue all the way till 5th Manvantar. And in 6th Manvantar, he is reinstated as Daksha, where he is born from the Prachetas, Marisha and Prachetas. They had one wife only, Marisha. And that's how Daksha is born and reinstated as that Prajapati in 6th Manvantar. So one of the daughters of 60 daughters of Daksha is Diti, and Diti is married to Kashyapa, and from their union is born Hiranyaksha. So this is how this can only happen in Chakshusha Manvantar and not in Swayambhu Manvantar, because in Swayambhu Manvantar there is no Diti and Kashyapa or they bearing Hiranyaksha, like that. So this is why, because Hiranyaksha is born long after Swayambhu Manvantar. So it's not possible that Hiranyaksha was killed by Lord Varaha in Swayambhu Manvantar. So it is very clear that he only appeared to lift the earth. Okay. Why was earth submerged? But why was that earth got submerged? Usually the submerging of earth is only at the final devastation, meaning when the day of Brahma ends, right? Then we see that all the 14 planetary, especially the 3 planetary systems, they undergo water. So how was that this time there was some devastation because of which the earth was submerged? So he quotes Matsya Puran. So Matsya Puran explains that this submerging of earth happened in Swayambhu Manvantar due to Agastya Muni's curse on Swayambhu Manu. It didn't happen because of devastation, which is a Nitya Pralaya or like that. No, it happened due to curse of Agastya Muni on Swayambhu Manu, because of which there was in between only when Manvantar is going on, beach mein suddenly, there was this devastation and which caused the earth to fall to the Garbhodak ocean like that. So he doesn't talk about what was that exact curse of Agastya on Swayambhu Manu, and I couldn't find time to go to Matsya Puran and just find that detail. Why was he cursed? Because he only explains this thing that Agastasya Shapat, he says, because of Agastya's the curse which was there. So this was the reason because of which earth got submerged actually. Meaning Brahma created the three planetary systems, and he got into creation of other things, and he created Manu, suns and all that. And then when he looked back at the three planetary system, he found that earth was submerged into the ocean. Bhumandala was submerged into the ocean like that. So in this way, so that was the reason why there was devastation or this flood, submerging of earth within Swayambhu Manvantar. Why was there a devastation submerging earth in Chakshusha Manvantar? So this story is also going to come ahead. But in any case, there Lord's Leela and Leela Shakti caused the earth to be submerged in the Garbhodak ocean. Of course, Prabhupada does say in second chapter, second canto, that Hiranyaksha extracted so much of gold that the earth lost its equilibrium and she fell into the waters. Rup Goswami says that the main reason why it happened was because he said that it was because of Lord's Leela Shakti. Lord wanted to perform that particular pastime, so that's how he caused this earth to fall into it. So Prabhupada also additionally gives that particular reason. So it was not a time of a flood. It was not a time of some submerging of earth, but still it happened in Chakshusha Manu's realm because of this particular reason, because of the will of the Lord, he says, Ishwarechaya, that's how he says. And this was the reason. And then Hiranyaksha was killed by Varaha, and then that's how earth was also restored this way. So this is explained in Vishnu Dharmottar, that it happened because of Lord's own desire, the Chakshusha Manvantar's flooding of the earth. So one reference is Matsya Puran, while other is the Chakshusha Manvantar's is Vishnu Dharmottar. But was it that there is Markandeya Puran, he explains that Markandeya says that there is also one particular flood or one particular devastation that occurs at the end of every Manvantara. This is also comes in Bhagavatam. This is a big topic of discussion. After every Manvantara, is there a flood or not? Is there the devastation or not? This Sridhar Swami has another opinion, and Jiva Swami and all, they have another opinion. Anyway, so Rup Goswami says that at the end of Manvantar, surely there is flood and it submerges earth, but earth doesn't go to the depths of the Garbhodak ocean. He says that only water comes and the earth is covered with the water, but she is not submerged. She doesn't go all the way down to Garbhodak ocean's depth, bottom. So rasa tal mein nahi ja rahi hai, rasayam nahi ja rahi. She is there at her place, only she is flooded with the waters. That is after every Manvantara. And so that's why this was not after Manvantara, because in Chakshusha Manvantara that Prithvi had gone to depth, or was she there only? She had gone to the depth. So that's why this is not a pralay after every Manvantara. He says this was arranged by Lord's Leela Shakti for the purpose of this particular thing, his Leela. And the color of Swayambhu Manvantar's Varaha is white, while the Chakshusha Manvantar's Varaha is Tamala Neela or Jalada Shama. He's like blackish and bluish that way. So now Prabhupada's in our BBT painting, he's painted as red, right? Reddish Varaha. So there are different opinions on this. Yadurani Mataji painted that painting and she asked Prabhupada, is the boar reddish or is he black? What is? Now, some of you may say, how does it matter? Whatever, reddish or black doesn't matter. So Prabhupada said to her in a letter, I found that letter in Vedabase, that where he is saying that the boar is reddish, he's saying. So you paint him as reddish like that. So while the acharyas and all of them, they have said it as tamal neel, they have said blackish bluish boar. So one of the reconciliations that some of the devotees, scholarly devotees in our ISKCON institution, they do in this way that line was there, tad rakta panka ankita, that line was there, that the boar was completely covered by blood of that Hiranyaksha, and that's how he became reddish, by his blood. Although he is originally Tamal Neela, but he became reddish by the blood which was there of Hiranyaksha. This is how they try to reconcile. But anyway, we have directly letter of Prabhupada in which he is saying that the boar is reddish, and that's why you should paint him as reddish, like that. So maybe Prabhupada knows some praman which we are not aware. So that's how, like that. So that's why the reddish boar is also there. That painting is over there that way. And Prabhupada does mention that in next chapter's purport also, saying that the first Varaha was white and the second boar assumed the color reddish, like that he says. In purport also he says that in 3:14:2, next chapter's second verse, that way. So that is about these two boars. Okay. So if you have any question now, you can ask. Yes, Prabhu.
This little clarification regarding Manu. So this earth is submerged. Earth means Bhumandala or our earth? Because and what is the area of kingdom of Manu? His reign
I
is
don't know. Actually, this question of Manu's kingdom and where does he stay on the earth, it comes often in this discussion like that. But Manu stays on earth, that is mentioned. And when Kali Yuga comes, then Manu goes to upper planets, that is mentioned in Lagu Bhagavatamrita also there. But where does he exactly stay on earth, on Bhumandala? Whole Bhumandala is controlled by Manu. That is spoken also very clearly. So here when earth fell, it was Bhumandal. It was whole Bhumandal fell into the waters. Okay. In fact, one of the verses also has that Bhumandala as the word, that way. So that whole disk, whatever, cosmology. So that whole thing fell into the waters that way. And when that happens, typically Manu goes to the higher planetary systems. Even when Manvantara, at the end of Manvantara, when Pralay comes, Rup Goswami says that Manu and all these people staying on the earth, they go to the upper planetary systems. They go to the higher planet till the time that devastation is clear. And then Manu comes back and then he continues to rule that way. But especially in 3 yugas, he is there on the earth planet. In Kali Yuga, he doesn't stay here because it becomes, Kali Yuga becomes highly contaminated. So he doesn't stay over there. But if where does he exactly stay on Bhumandal? Yeah, that I haven't come across that information. Okay, na, Prabhu? That's clear, right?
Submerging of earth, you said Bhumandal.
Yeah.
So Sumeru mountain also gets submerged?
No, Sumeru mountain, nahi. Only that disk of the earth, yeah, that gets submerged. Sumeru mountain is not submerged. So although it is there at the center, but only the Bhumandal is said to be submerged. Right. Correct, but whole disk is there, but the Sumeru mountain. See, if you go to Sumeru mountain, then everything goes all the way. On the top of Sumeru mountain, only all the celestial planets are there. So that doesn't get submerged. Only the aspect of Bhumandal, So that's how the upper planet systems, they stay intact. They are not affected in any way like that.
Anyways, they are the upper planet systems are not part of the Sumeru mountain. Actually, the demigods, they have their resorts there.
So they stay there, no?
Yeah.
So
they sometimes come.
So I'm saying resort only.
Yeah.
I'm not saying original.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's clear.
resorts are also not submerged.
So I had asked this question like below there is already Kurma and Shesh
Yeah.
holding the Bhumandala. So how could this happen in their presence, especially Hiranyaksh?
Yeah, actually, that's what I mean. Below there is Kurma holding, and there is also the mountain Shesha. They are there, and like that. So, in spite of that, it fell. So the explanation is not there in terms of okay what happened exactly, because it is said that by Leela Shakti of the Lord, whole thing fell. Bhumandal along with all the down planets, everything just fell off that way. So because that was supposed to be whatever, like in that way the Leela Shakti has arranged that way. But nobody's commenting on those things like, okay, what happened below Kurma is there, or then how could it fall? Nobody has commented.
And again, like one devotee in class said that it melted on the sides, and then because the diameter is so that is also mentioned.
Yeah, this explanation, but this explanation, I mean, in Tikas or nowhere it is there. So if some Praman is there, we can accept. But it melting from side and falling everything, at least I've searched in many places, but didn't find that Praman. And also I checked with some devotee scholars, so they were saying that is not very plausible idea. So if you know the Praman, then maybe we can discuss like that. Only earth is shown, the round earth is shown, right? It is more like figurative. Yes, only earth is shown. It is Bhumandal complete. Yeah.
Somewhere in fifth canto, I'm not able to recollect the exact reference, but it is mentioned that there is a gap between Bhumandala and the external first layer of the universe.
Yeah, there is gap.
And from that is there means it is mentioned there that from that is the place where Varahadev brought the earth up. So in that case, then it appears there that Bhumandal was there, but in from that gap, the Varahadev came up with the earth, that is round shaped earth. Maybe means I'm not sure, but something like that or reference is there.
Actually, how that discuss of this Bhumandal was lifted and brought up and all that. Even, I mean, fifth canto cosmology experts, none of them are able to tell very clearly how it is, just like even this explanation that this whole thing just fell off, and then how he picked it up and brought it, because there is not much distance also, right? The universe's boundary and this diameter of Bhumandal, there is not much distance also. So if you make it like this also, whether that this can, be fitted, fitted also in that manner. And also, I think, yeah, maybe some cosmology experts should address this. And even they are not able to address because I checked with some of them. So not sure. Maybe in cosmology, we will check if by that time some information is there like that. Here at this point or at Laghu Bhagavatamrit, other Puranas, they only talk about Bhumandal falling. How was it lifted? And even there are other different versions. Some devotee said Hiranyaksha, like playing football, he kicked earth, and then the earth rolled from Bhumandal and fell down in the Garbhodak, and all such versions are there. But what is the Praman of that? I don't know. I mean, most of it is without Praman and proper explanation like that. So at least on that aspect, I think some cosmology expert only can comment.
But the whole complete Vara form,
Yeah.
like in the form of a
Boar.
that is in the first one. Not
That is also in the second, but Padma Puran's version of the second Varaha is also Nrivaraha, that half man, half lion. So that's why Rup Goswami says that you can accept both the forms. Bhagavatam clearly speaks about four-legged form of Varaha, even in the second.
Yeah.
But he says Padma Puran speaks about that half man, half boar. So that's why he says it is also authentic. So only way is maybe some kalpantar, like kalpabhed or something. So that, but in the first Manvantar, that half man, half Varaha form is not there. That is not there. Okay.
Before Priyavrat divided,
Hmm.
whether Bhumi existed also separately, like because he only divided the ocean, seven oceans, seven
Correct.
varshas, and
Yeah.
so if at when we are talking about Sambhavam Manvantar,
Yeah.
so that time Bhumi.
Basically, we are talking about Bhumandal only.
So that time only Bhumandal must be existing. Bhumi separately as Bhumi may
Yeah.
not be existing also.
Correct. Yeah, that Bhugol you are
Gol.
saying. Yes, actually, by this time, even Privat hasn't created 7 oceans and 7 islands. That is correct. Yeah, so that is logical. Yes, that's how it should be. Bhumandal, only Bhumandal is there.
One more. When were all these reptiles and all these were created? They were also created by daughters of Daksha only. Na?
Yeah, that is in 6th
So
Manvantar.
that is only 6th. Till then, nothing, no living entities were there.
No, there were personalities, there were sons of personalities like these 10 sons of Brahma and human beings, and some of the demigods are created by them. These all personalities were there. But the creation of reptiles and all that, that happens only in the Chakshusha Manvantar. Of course, so were there no reptiles and all that in this prior Manvantaras? So there are other references, I mean, there are some references in Bhagavatamrita, Laghu Bhagavatamrita and all that. Sometimes these reptiles and all, they are also created by other sons of Brahma, not by Daksha and these personalities. So in Bhagavatam, it is appearing only in Chakshusha Manvantar, but it may be also possible that these beings are created by other sons and their progeny that way. That is at least other Puranas version is there. But if you say in Bhagavatam, yes, they are created only at the point of Chakshusha Manvantar. That is how it is. Correct. So he is not saying in previous day, no problem. They are surely there in previous day. He is saying before that Manvantar, from Swayambhu to Chakshusha, are the reptiles there or not? They are there. Yeah, but they are there with, I mean, like, what is your logic that they are there? No.
Creation in Chakshusha Manvantar from Daksha's daughter is talking about. So it is like a new, like it is a new Manvantar there.
No, Chakshusha is 6th, na?
हाँ, but प्रलय के बाद फिर वापस recreation तो होना ही होगा ना? There is Manvantar के बाद प्रलय, so then.
No. See, Brahma's day is over and then the night comes, right? So in the night, all 3 planetary systems are destroyed, and then the species are destroyed, humans are destroyed. Everybody
that is there. But here we are talking about the Manvantar pralaya,
correct.
which
So
is
in Manvantar, when you talk about Manvantar, in Manvantar, once the Manvantar is over, then the earth and below that only they undergo water. There is not creation like Visarga.
Yeah, but
there is
the
not
species,
creation
they are
like
underwater,
Visarga.
the species are also gone. No? So then she might have created. No?
It's not like that, because there are species even on top planets. Now, what about them?
But here talking about.
But so he is not talking that
this.
So he's not saying like that. No, when you talk about the reptiles and all that produced by the sons of Diti, I mean, by the daughters of Daksha. So he's not saying that only on Earth planet, these are the beings of Earth planet. He doesn't say that. It says it populated all 3 planetary systems. That's how he says. So the specific creation for Earth is being created. That kind of version is not there in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam speaks like for entire population. That is the point when these beings were generated.
Then, then again, it comes to that like earlier these were not there then.
So that's what I'm saying.
Created by others.
They were created by the other sons like that. At least they were not created by the sons of these people, Kashyapa's wives, that way. So that way we can see, Okay. Okay, so we can take a break maybe now. 7 minutes and then we'll continue.
Very cool. I have a question.
Okay, Gaurlila Prabhu. Yeah.
Why Varaha Leela is mixed up with Neel Varaha Leela?
Why? To save time. Actually, Prabhu, there is this principle that creation is, very complex. And sometimes, if you want to say many things, Bhedopi Ekvat Varnanam, Jiva Goswami says this in 31st chapter, 3rd canto. He says this principle is there of Bhedopi Ekvat Varnanam, meaning the complexity of creation is so much, and probably it is made more complex by describing multiple stages or multiple pastimes into one. You want to describe about like here only, at what time we are switching between Padma Kalpa, Brahma Kalpa, you are seeing, like we began with Brahma Kalpa, then we, in between, when Brahma is praying and Brahma sees the Lord, and when he's creating, that is the time when we came back to Padma Kalpa. And then again, when this pastime is being described, we went back to Brahma Kalpa, like that. So such things are done to sort of summarize, Jiva Goswami says, or the vivid details of creation are there. So they are spoken in a summary fashion. That is what he says. That is what his comment is. Bhedopi ekvat varnanam. Although these are two different accounts, they are spoken in a way in order to summarize it, in order to speak at that context, the other things, the other aspects also which are there. And that is how sometimes things become complex, in fact, because in order to resolve that two versions, acharyas may come up with many different perspectives how this can be understood, and in that way. Okay, Prabhu. So it is, yeah.
That when Kali Yuga comes, then Manu goes to upper planets. So is Kali Yuga affecting the whole Bhumandal or only our Bharat Khanda?
Because Manu stays on Bharatvarsha and Kali Yuga is only there on Bharatvarsha, so he leaves. Kali Yuga is not there on other Varshas also. Kali Yuga is only on Bharatvarsha. But Manu stays on Bharatvarsha. So that's why Manu leaves, like that. Kali Yuga is only there on Bharatvarsha is mentioned in Vishnu Puran. Srila Sridhar Swami says that very clearly. Chaturyug Vyavastha tu Bharatvarshe, he says. This Vyavastha is not there on any other planet. This 4 yugas, like that. So it is on Bharatvarsha, Prabhu, this system.
Okay. And the description is there that elephant digging the earth. So when elephant digs the
earth? some lake or somewhere he goes, so there is some earth mound. Earth meaning not Prithvi Devi here. Earth meaning here any mound of earth. Like that. Any kind of earth, Prabhu. Clay.
And one more last question,
Clay,
which
yeah.
One more question which I have from your previous session from 3.13.7. It is said that son should serve the father when he grows up. So I had a doubt that when son is grown up, then father is supposed to take one prastha. So where's the question of son serving the father?
Yeah. When grows up means, Vedic growing up. Right. So where they would typically sons and all that would be married early, and then parents would be there till the time children are getting settled and married and like that. So that's how there is this element of son taking care of parents. It is there. See, son is surely grown up in order to get him married and all that. And once that is done, then Panchashordhvam Vanam Vrajet. So typically they would get married at the age of 20 or 25. Prabhupada says 25. Manu says 20, like that. So if it is 20, or 25, then you can see that next 30 years, so son surely would be growing up, by 20 or so. And then 15 years, he's supposed to take care of father. Of course, this also means the aspect of when mother comes back after Vanaprastha ashram, only the male goes to sannyas and the mother comes back to stay with the son. So in that case, he has to take care of his mother also. So that aspect is also there. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna. Bharatvarsh. Vishnu Puran. Hare Krishna. So we continue. Now there are some prayers which the sages offer to Lord Varaha, and that's it. The chapter is over. Text 34. Rashaya uchuhu jitan jitante jita yajna bhavana prayintanun swam paridhunvate nama yadro magarte shunililyuradhaya tasmai namah karana sukarayate.
All the sages uttered with great respect, O unconquerable enjoyer of all sacrifices, all glories and all victories unto you. You are moving in your form of the personified Vedas, and in the hair holes of your body the oceans are submerged. For certain reasons, to uplift the earth, you have now assumed the form of a boar.
So the sages started offering their prayers to Lord Varaha, who killed Hiranyaksha and also put the earth back into her place. Jitam jitam te jita yajna bhavana. Hey Ajita, Jitam, you have conquered. You have defeated this demon. Sambhrame Vipsa, Sridhar Swami says, they were having Sambhrama. What will be the outcome of Lord's fight with Hiranyaksha? So when he won, so they became, yes, you have conquered, Jitam, like that. Because they became ecstatic that yes, he has conquered. Again, out of Leela Shakti of the Lord, that Lord was seen to be like getting overpowered with Hiranyaksha, but then finally he conquered. So then they were very happy and they cried out, Jitam. Yes, Jai, in that manner. Yajna Bhavana. Meaning one who creates yajnas or one who is understood by yajnas, one who can be approached by yajnas. That is yajna bhavan. Yajnai bhavyate iti yajna bhavan. Traim tanum swam paridhunvate namah. We offer our obeisances unto you. You are paridhunvate, you are shaking this body of yours. When Lord came out of the Garbhodak ocean, he shook his body. Like you have seen how the typical pig would do out when he comes out, then he shakes his body and all the hairs. Like that Lord also did. So Traim Danam Swam. So actually that body which is all Vedas personified, that body he's shaking so that the water of the body goes away. The Garbhodak water which is there on his hairs, he's trying to shake it off. But they are saying, isn't it amazing? Actually, from hair holes of your body, the oceans are coming out and you are trying to shake off the ocean water like that. So, Kim Ashcharyam, this is amazing, they are saying. From the hair holes of your body, universes are coming out, which have so many oceans. Or if you take Vishwarup from his, the Virat Purusha, from his hair holes, the oceans also come out. So in that way, they are saying that. But you are trying to shirk off all those water droplets that are there in your body. So this is amazing. Yadroma Garteshu Nililyu Radhaya. So this is how all the oceans, universes, they are there in the holes of your body and then they come out. Tasmaya Namaha Karana Sukarayate. So in this way, you are actually Param Karan of this world. In this way, you are Param Brahma. You are the one who is the cause of this universe. Or here Karan can also mean you are the one who took this form to deliver the earth. That is the meaning, like that. So Prabhupada, he has explained these ideas in his purport, all these words which we just saw, like that. Okay. Rupam tavaetad nanu dushkritatmanam durdarshanam deva yadvaratmakam andamsi yasya tvachibarhiroma Swajam Drashi Twangrishu Chaturhotram.
O Lord, your form is worshipable by performances of sacrifice, but souls who are simply miscreants are unable to see it. All the Vedic hymns, Gayatri, and others are in the touch of your skin. In your bodily hairs is a kusha grass. In your eyes is a clarified butter. And in your four legs are the four kinds of fruitive activities.
Yeah. So these four verses now, 35, 36, 37, and 38, they glorify Lord Varaha as personification of Yajna. यज्ञात्मताम प्रपंचयंत स्तुवंती. यज्ञात्मता बोली गई है, मतलब यज्ञ और भगवान वराह अभिन्न है दोनों. ये बोला जा रहा है. So why only Varaha? Okay, Lord Vamana can also be glorified like this, that he is not different than Yajna, or Varaha can also be glorified. So here, because Varaha has appeared, so they're glorifying that you are none other than that Yajneshwara. You are Yajna personified yourself. Because typically in Satya Yuga, the process, typically Yajna is the process by which, the sages worship the Lord, right? All these are sages who are glorifying. And they worship the Lord by the process of Yajna. They are Karma Mishra, personalities like that. But even otherwise, Lord, how his form of Yajna, complete form, so that aspect is being glorified in these verses. That's it. So they glorify, they praise Varaha as the form of sacrifice. So this form of yours is very difficult to be seen for dushkritatmana. Those who are sinful, wretched, for such people, or those who have envious mentality, for them, this form is very, very difficult to be seen. Only by bhakti this form can be seen. That's what they are trying to say. Of course, in Leela, when Lord appears in Leela, then everybody can see his form. Even Dushkritatmana can be seen, his form. But only thing is they don't understand it. They still misunderstand it. Like Duryodhana also saw Krishna. But then did he really see? He really didn't see. misunderstood. But Leela has that aspect where Lord takes away the qualification aspect and just bestows darshan on anyone and everyone like that. But otherwise, apart from that, Durdarshanam, it is very difficult to see the Lord. Only those who have pure devotion can see. That's the point. So from his body, how all these chandas, these are all aspects of yajna will be spoken. Lord's, this bodily part is like this aspect of yajna, this bodily part is that aspect of yajna. That's what they will talk. So chandas have come from your skin, your bodily hairs, which are sharp hairs. They are like kusha grass, they are glorifying in that way. Your 4 legs are 4 kinds of chaturhotra karma, which is there. Hota, Udgata, Brahma, Dvaryu, there. Each one of their karma is your 4 legs. So that's all. The glorification is in terms of he being the form of yajna, like that. This way. So Prabhupada says that there are these Vedavada Ratas, they are only interested in karma kand, but they don't have faith in Lord's transcendental form. They describe worship of different forms or incarnation of Lord as anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. So we have seen these terms, anthropomorphism and zoomorphism. And they think that Lord is animal-like or Lord is human-like, depicted by the people. But they don't understand that that is the original form of the Lord. And Shastras are only just revealing that particular form. It's not that we are projecting our ideas on Lord. No, that way. So, but the real devotees, the real followers of Vedas, Prabhupada says, they have the faith in personal form of the Lord. Like all the devotees. Okay. Saraktunda asit sruva ishanasayor. Idodare chamasa karnarandre. Vashitramasye grasane grahastute. Yacharvanante Bhagavan Agnihotram.
O Lord, your tongue is a place of sacrifice. Your nostril,
Plate.
a plate of sacrifice. Your nostril is another plate of sacrifice. In your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice, and another plate of sacrifice is the holes of your ears. In your mouth is the Brahma plate of sacrifice. Your throat is the plate of sacrifice known as Soma, and whatever you chew is known as Agnihotra.
So these are all aspects of yajna. These plates means basically spoons. Sruk, sruva, all these are the spoons. Srak or sruk, both sruva, and then prashitra. This is sthali. These are all the. So sthali is translated by Prabhupada as plate, like that. And these are some of them are spoons. Some of them are the vessels which are used in yajna, and Lord Varaha is compared to all these aspects because Yajnatmakata is being spoken over here like that. So for further details, please read Jaimini's Mimamsa Sutra for those who want. Okay, Prabhupada says, it is understood that by regulation, there are different plates of sacrifice required, such as Srak, Sruva, Barhi, Chaturhotra, Ida, Chamas, Prashitra, Graha, and Agnihotra. So all these are being compared to Lord's body. Dikshānujanmopasada shirodharam Tvam prayaniyo dayaniya damshtra Vivva pravargyastava shirshakam kratoh Satyavasatyam chitayo savohite.
Moreover, O Lord, the reputation of your appearance is the desire for all kinds of initiation. Your neck is the place for 3 desires, and your tusks are the result of initiation and the end of all desires. Your tongue is the prior activity of initiation. Your head is the fire without sacrifice, as well as the fire of worship, and your living forces are the aggregate of all desires.
Okay, so this initiation is the initiation in a yajna karma. Okay, yajna also has diksha and all those aspects in yajna, right? Okay, so It's talking about not some Pancharatrik initiation or like that. It's talking about that Diksha which is given to Yajman in the Yajna Karma. So all these aspects are being glorified in terms of activities which are before Diksha and sacrifice which is involving Diksha in that Yajna Karma. That is what he is comparing it like that. So there is not much commentation by anybody on this. Somastureta Savananyavasthiti Samstha Vibedastava Devadhatavah Satrani Sarvani Sharira Sandhihi Tvam Sarva Yajna Kraturishti Bandhanaha.
O Lord, your semen is a sacrifice called Soma Yajna. Your growth is the ritualistic performance of the morning. Your skin and touch sensations are the 7 elements of the Agnistroma sacrifice. Your bodily joints are the symbols of various other sacrifices performed in 12 days. Therefore, you are the object of all sacrifice called Soma and Asoma, and you are bound by Yajnas only.
Yes, so all aspects of Karma Mimamsa, meaning the Yajna related, Karma Kand related aspects are being spoken. So now he is being, his body parts are being corresponded with the different kinds of Yajnas. Like Prabhupada says, there is Agnishtoma, Atyagnishtoma, Ukta, Shodashi, Vajpeya, Atiratra, and Aptoryama. These are all sacrifices, types of sacrifices which are there in typically in Vedic life. So Lord Varaha is being compared that his form is, all these sacrifices which are mentioned. Okay. So those were the 4 verses which glorified him being non-different than Yajna Vidhi. So now they continue. Namo namaste khila mantra devata द्रव्याय सर्व कृतवे क्रियात्मने वैराग्य भक्त्यात्मजयानुभावित ज्ञानाय विद्या गुरवे नमो नमः.
O Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are worshipable by universal prayers, Vedic hymns, and sacrificial ingredients. We offer our obeisances unto you. You can be realized by the pure mind, freed from all visible and invisible material contaminations. We offer our respectful obeisances to you as the Supreme Spiritual Master of knowledge in devotional service.
So in this way, you are only Akhila Mantra Devata Dravya. In that whole Yajna Karma, you are the one who is all mantras, you are the one who is all the devatas, you are the source of all of them. Dravya, whatever is used, Ajya and everything, you are that. Sarva Kratave, you are the root of all sacrifices. Kriyatmane, all the different kriyas which are there in that. But point is, by all these processes, and this is speaking about that karma marga, these sacrifices and all that. But still, actually, if one wants to really understand you, then he has to practice bhakti. That is what is spoken. Vairagya bhaktyatma jayanubhavita jnanaya. Agar Bhagwan ke anubhavita jnanaya, if one wants to have that knowledge, that realization of Supreme Lord, that knowledge has to turn into Supreme Lord's realization, then he has to practice bhakti. Bhakti that is also marked with vairagya, meaning bhakti which is free from the desire for sense gratification. It is also with renunciation, aspect of freedom from sense enjoyment. So by that Atma Jaya, by that one will be able to conquer his mind. Atma here means mana, mind. And in such a mind, the realization of Lord will come. So although he is glorified as Yajna, and especially all the different aspects of Karma Marga means meaning the Vedic sacrificial process. So that is, although it is being compared to the Supreme Lord, they are telling that actual realization of the Lord can come only by bhakti. Vairagya bhaktyatma jayanubhavita jnana. That is the term. Vidya Gurave Namah. And Lord is the one who gives that knowledge of bhakti. Lord is the one who gives that inspiration of bhakti in a devotee's heart by which he can achieve him. So that's why Prabhupada in purport quotes Tesham Satatayukta. So it is referring to that aspect of Vidya Gurave. He is the spiritual master, or he is the guru of all knowledge, meaning he is the one who gives that knowledge by which one can attain him. So that's why Tesham Sadatyuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayantite. Prabhupada says in purport, first line, the qualification of bhakti or devotional service to the Lord is that the devotee should be free from all material contamination and desires. Atmajaya Vairagya Bhaktya, that is the word which is being commented. This freedom is called Vairagya, or renouncement of material desires. Like that. One who engages in devotional service to the Lord according to regulatory principles is automatically freed from material desires. And in that pure state of mind, one can realize the personality of Godhead. This is nothing but the translation of that phrase, Vairagya Bhaktya Atma Jaya Anubhavita Jnanaya. He's just translating that in his purport that way. So point is, yes, Supreme Lord can be achieved only through the process of bhakti. He can be truly realized only to the process of bhakti. That is what is the point of this verse. Okay. Damshraga Kotya Bhagavanstvaya Dhrita Virajate Bhudhara Sabhudhara
Viryajate bhudhara bhusambhudhara.
Yatha Vanani Sarato Data Dhrita Matangajendrasya Sapatra Padmini.
O lifter of the earth with its mountains, which you have lifted with your tusks, is situated as beautiful as a lotus flower with the leaves sustained by an infuriated elephant just coming out of the water.
Yeah, so they glorify the earth. She is looking very beautiful on your tusk. Aho Prithivya Bhagyam Yam Tvam Dhatse. What a fortune for Prithvi, whom you are carrying on your tusk. So that is spoken by in this verse, like that. Bhuhu Virajate. This earth shines forth on your tusk, Damshraga Kotya. You have held her by your tusk, like that. Hey Bhudara, O Supreme Lord Vara, who is holding the Bhu. Yata Vanan Nisarato Datadhrita. Just like sometimes some elephant is there, when it is coming out of water, what does he do? He plucks out a lotus along with the stem of the lotus. He pulls out and holds in his trunk, like that. Or also tusk sometime. He may hold it in his tusk. Sapatra Padmini, meaning some lotus along with leaves. You have seen like Gajendra also, showing that in his trunk or tusk, that lotus. So similarly, you are like that. They are saying Vana Nisarato, meaning Pani se bahar aate hue. Vanat here means Jalat, from water, like that. So similarly, you are also looking very beautiful, and especially earth is so much virajate, shining so beautifully on your tusk. In this way. So fortune of earth planet is being praised by them, who is being specifically sustained by Lord. That's what Prabhupada writes in the purport. Also, Lord is looking very beautiful in the association of the earth. Now they glorify that in the next verse. First, earth is glorified. Now they glorify the Lord. He is also looking very beautiful along with his, his energy, his consort, earth. Trayimayam rupamidam cha saukaram bhumandalenath datadhritena te takasti shrangodaghanena bhuyasa Ulachalendrasya yathaiva vibrama. Yes.
O Lord, as the peaks of great mountains become beautiful when decorated with clouds, Your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks.
Just as Bhu is looking, earth is looking very beautiful. Similarly, भुवापि स्वभक्तया धृतः त्वं शोभसे. आप भी बहुत सुंदर लग रहे हो. किसके साथ? स्वभक्तया. आपकी स्वभक्ता, भक्ता here, स्त्री. So with your devotee, you look very beautiful. Meaning, with earth, you are also looking very beautiful. Tvam shobhase. Like that. So that is what is said in this verse. You can see here also the phrase is bhumandala. Bhumandale nath. So it is bhumandala, like that. So, yeah. Just like there is some great mountain is there, Kula Chalendrasya, best of mountain, and the topmost that mountain's topmost point, apex is there. So that apex, over that apex there is beautiful cloud. So similarly, your whole body is like huge mountain, and those tusks are like the apex, and on that beautiful earth is there, like that there. Comparing, example is like that. Cloud is earth, and Shringa is the tusk, and Kula Chalendra is Lord Varaha's body. That way they are glorifying. So this is a very beautiful, this whole शोभा बड़ी अच्छी है. यथैव विभ्रमः, ये विभ्रम बड़ा सुंदर दिख रहा है. विभ्रम means here decoration or शोभा. Prabhupada says that also. Vibhrama means illusion as well as beauty. So here the meaning is beauty, like that. Okay. Samsthapayenam jagatam satastusham lokaya pattim asimataram pita vidhema chasya namasa sahatvaya yasyam svatejognivarana vadha.
O Lord, for the residential purposes of all the inhabitants, both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the Supreme Father. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency, just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the Arini wood.
Yeah, so they say, request the Lord now, you please place the earth. You have delivered her, now you please place her in her place. Samsthapaya yenam jagatam satusthusham. So all the living beings can have their residence. So for that you please samsthapaya, please place this earth in her position. Patnimasi mataram pita. She is your wife and thus mother of the whole universe, mother of all of us, like that. You are father and she is mother. So vidhema chasya namasa sahatvaya. We just offer our namaskar to both of you. We offer namaskar to you and her. Yasyam swatejo gnimiva varana mi varana vadha. In whom you have put all your energy. Swatejo dharan shakti. You have blessed this earth with your dharan shakti. Thereby she is able to, support all the living entities. That way, just as there is in Arnistic, there is the potency of fire. Similarly, in Bhu, there is the potency of Dharan Shakti, but which is given by you only. You are the one who have placed that Avadha, they are saying. So we offer our obeisances to both of you, like that. So Prabhupada comments on that Dharana Shakti. He brings up that so-called law of gravitation. So Dharana Shakti is there because it is invested by the Supreme Lord. He speaks on that point. Just as there is fire in the Arni wood, similarly the earth has this potency by which she stays in her place, and she's also able to hold and support all the living beings by her adhishthan potency. So that is what they are glorifying. World becomes inhabitable by Lord's mercy, that way. Okay. Shraddhadhitanya tamastava prabho rasam gataya bhuva udvibarhanam na vismayoso tvayi vishva vismaye Yoma Yagedam Sasrajayati Vismayam.
Who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could deliver the earth from within the water? It is not very wonderful for you. However, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of this universe, by your energy, you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation.
Yeah. So actually, who but you can do such activities? They're saying. We just offer our obeisances unto you and sing your glories, because this is so much dushkar for everybody else. This is so difficult, impossible to do for others. But only you can do such activities. Kah shraddha dhit. अन्य तमः तव प्रभु, आपको छोड़कर कौन कर सकता है ये? कह श्रद्धा धीत रसाम गतायाम भुव उद्विबर्हनम. That earth which had gone to the bottom depths of the ocean, you brought her out. Who can do actually? कौन कर सकता है इसको? Nobody else can do. न विस्मयोऽसौ त्वयि विश्व विस्मये. Actually, this is not at all surprising for you, because you have created this whole world which is full of all wonderful things. But by your energy, you have created this world which is Ati Vismayam, which is full of all wonders, right? If somebody is wise enough, he can see that in this world itself, there are so many wonders, right? So this world, Einstein also said, there are two ways you can look at the world: to see everything as amazing or to see nothing as amazing. That is his comment. There are two ways. If you see with wise eyes, everything is amazing actually. The design at every step, right from microscopic to macroscopic, everything, he says. So like that. Ati Vismayam, how how the world is growing, how everything is moving, how that seed is growing, everything is amazing. So that's why one who has created such a world by his energy, what is difficult for him? You can do anything like that. Prabhupada in purport: when a scientist discovers something impressive to the ignorant mass of people, the common man without inquiry accepts such a discovery as wonderful. But the intelligent man is not struck with wonder by such discoveries. He gives all credit to the person who created the wonderful brain of the scientist. Who has created that brain, right? So even that intelligence, that is not created by him, but when one is able to see that it is doing such amazing discoveries. So who gives the intelligent man knows that there is the intelligent creator behind this, that way. So that is the point. Okay. Vidhunvata vedamayam nijam vapu janastapa satya nivasino vayam Satashikodhuta Shivambu Bindubhi Vimrujamana Bhrushamesha Pavita.
O Supreme Lord, undoubtedly we are inhabitants of the most pious planets, the Jana, Tapas, and Satyalokas. But still, we have been purified by the drops of water sprinkled from your shoulder hairs by the shaking of your body.
Yeah. So they are saying Vayam. Vayam Bhrusham Pavita. We are actually feeling like we are purified in such a great way. Because of what? Vimrujamana, being sprinkled with Sata Shikodhuta Shivambu Bindubhi. By the water droplets that are coming from, the hairs on your shoulders, on your body, those water droplets, when you shook your body, those water droplets are falling on us also. And we are feeling like Pavita, Pavan ho gaye hum log. Brasham Pavita, we are so much purified, they say, like that. So vidhunvata means by shaking that. When you are shaking this transcendental body and all those water droplets are falling on us, we, although being Jana and Tapas Satyalok Nivasis, we feel that we are most purified. So Prabhupada says even at those planets, there is surely material contamination, isn't it? Although they typically, those who are on that path, those who are beyond Svargaloka, they are said to be on the path of Nishkama, but that Nishkamata can be also in karma or jnana or bhakti, but they are Nishkama, it is said that. Sridhar Swami says that clearly, that the top 4 planetary systems, the people there are usually Nishkama. But then still, the contamination of jnana is there within that also. Contamination of yoga in terms of aspiring for siddhis is there, isn't it? Not everybody is pure devotee there, like that. So that is why they are saying that even we are feeling purified, even we are feeling purified of our whatever impurities that we have. Prabhupada says, ordinarily the body of a hog is considered impure, but one should not consider that the hog incarnation assumed by the Lord is also impure. The form of the Lord is the personified Vedas and it's transcendental. Somebody, so you see a big hog coming out of some gutter waters and shaking his body. Don't want to go close, right? Somebody sees, he will run away like that. But here they are feeling so blessed. Oh, please let that water droplet fall more and more. Vayam bhrasham pavita. That way. So, because, yes, that is Lord Varaha. He is the one who purifies from all material impurities, like that. Prabhupada says, Ganges water is pure because of its emanating from the toe of the Lord. And there is no difference between the water emanating from the toe and that from the tips of the hair on the shoulders of Lord Bore. So this is like Ganges water. They are both absolute and transcendental. Okay. Savai bata bhrashtamati stavaishate yah karmanam paramapara karmana yad yogamaya guna yoga mohitam vishvam samastam bhagavan videhisham.
Limit to your wonderful activities. Anyone who desires to know the limit of your activities is certainly nonsensical. Everyone in this world is conditioned by the powerful mystic potencies. Please bestow your causeless mercy upon these conditioned souls.
Yeah, so they conclude their prayers with this. They say, how much can we describe your pastimes? Right? Evam tat leelam kativarnayama. Actually, although we are Vedas, we know all the Vedas, but how much can we describe your... In fact, if we think that by our words we will complete description of your pastimes, then Brashtamati, Savay Brashtamati, he is saying. Savay bata Brashtamati, uski buddhi brasht ho gayi hai. Tavai shate yah karmanam param apar karmana. You are apar karman. You are actually, your activities have no end. If somebody feels that by their words they can describe your activities fully, and they can reach to the end of your activities, karmana param eshate, then he is brashtamati, such. Because who actually has understood you fully? Nobody has understood you fully. Yad yoga maya guna yoga mohitam. Those who are in your yoga maya, they also don't know about you fully. And those who are in Mahamaya, they also don't know about you fully. Yad yoga maya guna yoga mohitam. See, very nice Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained this word. सारे ही विमोहित है, कोई योग माया से है, कोई महामाया से है, तो कौन जानता है आप? So that's why if somebody is saying that, Lord's activities, yes, we can describe fully Brashtamati, like that. Even those who are in Yoga Maya personalities like Narad Muni and all of them, they can't also describe fully. They can only describe partially your activities. Like, Vishwanath Chakravarti raises this objection when they say that anybody who thinks that they can reach to the limit of your activities, he is Brashtamati. So Lord will say, but wait. Do devotees like Lord Narada, can they not describe me fully? They can describe me fully, no? So then they are saying, no, Yoga Maya, these are all in the Yoga Maya, meaning they are under spiritual energy, but still they also don't know fully. Like that. तो फिर दूसरी माया जो है गुण योग, जिसमें गुण है, 3 guna, 3 gunas, what to speak of them? Both are mohita. One is by Yoga Maya, another is Mahamaya. So ये सारा विश्व आइदर आपकी योग माया या फिर महामाया से मोहित है, इसलिए विधे ही शम, ओ लॉर्ड प्लीज बिस्टो sham on us. Sham means well-being. What is that well-being? Please destroy from our heart this idea that we can come to end of your activities. We can describe fully your activities. This is what videhi. Please bestow this sham on us. Sham means, sham means well-being. Shanno, you know that. Shanno, Vishnu, Virukramaha, all that. So sham means well-being, like that. So what is that well-being they are asking for? We should not falsely think that we know everything about you. Please bestow this mercy on us, that we know that we can actually hardly fathom, your activities. Whatever little bit we tried to glorify you, that's all. So Prabhupada in purport says this: mental speculators who want to understand the limit of unlimited are certainly nonsensical. Every one of them is captivated by external potencies of the Lord, right? So that is Guna Yoga. And then next para you see, the words Vishwam Samastam are very significant here. There are the material world and the spiritual world. The sages pray, both worlds are bewildered by your different energies. Those who are in the material, spiritual world are absorbed in your loving service, forgetting themselves and you also. And those in the material world are absorbed in material sense gratification, and therefore they also forget you. तो इस प्रकार से दोनों भी आपको समझ नहीं पाते हैं. No one can know you. So this is all Vishwanath Chakravarti's translation. Clearly, he is writing as it is. No one can know you because you are unlimited. It is best not to try to know you by unnecessary mental speculation. Rather, kindly bless us so that we can worship you with causeless devotional service. So this is how they glorified the Yajna, the Varaha Murti. Okay, and the last few verses. Maitreya Uvacha Ityupasthiyamanoऽsau Munibhir Salile Svakhurakranta Upadhatta Vitavaniv.
The sage Maitreya said, the Lord, being thus worshipped by all the great sages and transcendentalists, touched the earth with his hooves and placed it on the water.
Yeah, so he took her out of the water and he placed her in her position, Salile Svakhurakranta, like that. In this way, Lord was glorified for that purpose. Saitham Bhagavan Urvim Vishvaksena Prajapatihi Rasaya Lilayonnitam Apsunyasya Yayo Harihi.
In this manner, the personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of all living entities, raised the earth from within the water, and having placed it afloat on the water, he returned to his own abode.
Yes, so in this way, he brought the earth, Urvi, she is known as Urvi. Urvi means one who is very heavy. Uru, the feminine becomes Urvi, Guru becomes Gurvi, like that in Sanskrit. So Urvi, she one who is very heavy with all these different mountains and everything. So in this way, he brought her and he placed her back to her place. He took her out of the waters this way, and then Lord left to his abode. 48. Yayeva metam harimedaso hare katham subhadram kathaniyamaina Pranvita bhaktya shravayeta voshatim Janardano syashuridhi prasiddhati.
Janardanasya Shuhruti Prasidati. If one hears and describes in a devotional service attitude this auspicious narration of Lord Bore, which is worthy of description, the Lord, who is within the heart of everyone, is very pleased.
Yes. So this is the Falashruti. Pranvita bhaktya shravayeta voshatim. One who hears this and also allows others to hear. One who makes others hear means one who speaks this and one who hears this, but by bhaktya, with devotional heart. Janardano hi asya ashuradhi prasiddhati. In such a person's heart, Lord Janardana will be extremely pleased. That Janardhan is said to be, he's qualified by two adjectives, Kathaniya Mayina and Hari Medhaso. So very nice meaning is given by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Hari Medhasa, this is an adjective for Lord. Kiski katha? Hari Medhas ki katha. Hari Medha ki katha. So what is that Hari Medhas? And what is that Kathaniya Mayin? So these two words are explained. Actually, जो भक्त संसार को हर लेते हैं, हरंती भक्त संसारम नाशयंती मेधा यस्मिन तस्य, meaning actually Lord always is Lord is always thinking about destroying or taking away all the material contamination of the devotee, and that's why he performs such beautiful leelas. हरि मेधस, जिनकी मेधा, जिनकी चेतना में ये रहता है कि कैसे मैं भक्त का संसार हर लूं, like that is Hari Medhas, like that. Kathaniya Mayinah, that is also another, that Maya or Kripa, his love is so wonderful that it should be spoken, it deserves speaking. कथनीय वर्णनीय है भगवान का जो वर्णन है, भगवान की जो कृपा है, like he is coming in such incarnations, and so that is कथनीय मायिना, जिनकी माया कथनीय है वो कथनीय मायिना, that way. So one should try best to glorify these pastimes and relish these pastimes with whatever amount of devotion one has. So in that case we see that our Lord will be extremely pleased. Okay. तस्मिन् प्रसन्ने सकलाशिषां प्रभो किं दुर्लभं ताभिरलं लवात्मभिः अनन्यदृष्ट्या भजतां गुहाशय स्वयं विधत्ते स्वगतिं परः पराम्.
Nothing remains unachieved when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased with someone. By transcendental achievement, one understands everything else to be insignificant. One who engages in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by the Lord Himself, who is seated in everyone's heart.
Yeah, so that Janardhan becomes extremely pleased, and when he is pleased, तस्मिन् प्रसन्ने, उनके प्रसन्न होने पर सकलाशिषां प्रभो किम दुर्लभम. Once he is pleased, then what is there to be achieved? What is difficult to achieve? Kim durlabham, is there anything to be achieved? Is there anything difficult to be achieved if Lord is pleased? So everything can be achieved. Immediately it is saying, but tabhi alam lavatmabhi. That doesn't mean you hanker for everything, they are saying. By pleasing him, everything can be achieved. And immediately it is said, but alam lavatmabhi. But no, enough of these material benedictions. By pleasing him, everything can be achieved, but we will not desire material benedictions. We will desire Ananya drashtya bhajatam guhashaya swayam vidhatte swagatim parah param. Actually, if you worship him with ananya drishti, ananya bhakti, he will give himself to you. Swayam vidhatte swagatim parah param. He will give himself and his own abode to you, like that. So, although Lord can bestow all purusharthas, but he is saying that let us aspire for the pancham purushartha, the highest purushartha, like that, which is swayam vidhatte swagatim parah param, like that. Enough of these material benedictions, which are insignificant and which are temporary. This way, Prabhupada says, second line, it is confirmed herein that a pure devotee who constantly engages in loving service of the Lord is awarded all knowledge necessary to reach Supreme Personality of God. For such a devotee, there is nothing valuable to be achieved but the Lord's service. If one serves faithfully, there is no possibility of frustration because the Lord himself takes charge of the devotee's advancement. So if we are faithful, Lord will save us from all frustration, all obstacles, all difficulties, and one will be able to march ahead with devotional service. The Lord is seated in everyone's heart, and he knows the devotee's motive and arranges everything achievable. In other words, the pseudo devotee who is anxious to achieve material gains cannot attain the highest perfectional stage because the Lord is in knowledge of his motive. So Krishna also knows who is Ananya Drishti and who is desiring all those other benedictions, Sakala Shisham, like that. One simply has to become sincere in his purpose, and then the Lord is there to help in every way. Very reassuring words of Prabhupada. Last verse. Ko naam loke purushartha saraved pura kathanam bhagavat katha sudham apeya karnanjalibhir bhavapaham aho virajyeta vina naretaram.
Who, other than one who is not a human being, can exist in this world and not to be interested in the ultimate goal of life? Who can refuse the nectar of narration about the personality of Godhead's activities, which by itself can deliver one from all material pangs?
So this is popular verse. को नाम लोके पुरुषार्थ सारविद. इस जगत में कौन है ऐसा जिसको पुरुषार्थ सारविद, वन हु नोज द एसेंस ऑफ ऑल पुरुषार्थस एंड विरजेत, एंड ही इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन पुरा कथानाम भगवत कथा सुधाम. In the all the stories that are mentioned, the pastimes that are mentioned in the literatures in Puranas, especially Bhagavat Katha Sudham, and the pastimes in which there is a description of Lord's Nam Roop Guna Leela. So who is there in this world that apiya karnan jalibhir bhavapaham? He got to hear that. So when you drink water, you drink with anjali, right? And this water or this sudha, this nectar of Krishna Katha, you are hearing by your ears as anjali. So ये ऐसे पीने की बजाय ये ऐसे पी रहे, like so karnanjali bhir bhavapaham. So who is there in this world that having tasted this, having gotten the opportunity to hear this Krishna Katha, virajyet, उसको छोड़ देता है फिर, ऐसा कोई नहीं कर सकता. He is saying vina naretaram, except one who is an animal. He can give up the Krishna Katha, hearing Krishna Katha after having tasted it because of whatever devotee's mercy. Because bhava paham, this actually destroys all the material conditioning, all the material contamination. So he is speaking strong words, but he is telling that that's the glory of Krishna Katha. If one has somehow or other got the opportunity and he has been able to taste this nectar of Krishna Katha, who will give it up? Actually, nobody will give up. Vina naretaram, nar itar chhod ke koi nahi chhodega. Matlab pashu. Yeah, like that. This verse is like Nivrutta tarshe rupagiya manat. Bhavoshadat shrotra manobhiramat. Ka uttama shlok gunanuvadat. Puman virajyet vina pashugnat. Jiva Goswami gives 4 meanings of pashugna there. 4 different meanings. One means, he says, Pashugna means one who is Swargabhilashi Kami, one who wants to achieve a lot of Swargiya planets. He's so mad for sense enjoyment and apsaras that, Krishna Katha is there all the time. Usme interest nahi, I want to achieve Swarga, like that. So he says that is Pashugna. And then for that, achieving Swargas, then you have to kill a lot of animals. So that is one meaning of Pashugna. Another meaning of Pashugna, he says, killer of the self, a killer of the soul. That is Sridhar Swami's meaning. Pashugna literally means, okay, anyway, that is Sanskrit aspect. But killer of the soul, killer of the self, that is another meaning. One who is dooming himself. Third meaning, he says, is Vyadha. Pashugna is hunter, Vyadha. So Vyadha, Jiva Goswami says, is so senseless. Looking at his face only, you feel all his sensitivity is gone, because of killing animals all the time. No sensitivity in him. He says this in Bhagavad Sandarbha. So that's why for such a personality, when Lord's beautiful pastimes are there, he will feels like, hey, doesn't make sense, like that. Or, no interest. Why? Because he's Vyad actually. He's such a person who has lost all sensitivity. So those fineness in the emotions, devotees is praying and all that. Oh, usko lagta hai ye kya hai? Why people are getting so much moved by all this like that? Why? Because this is pachyderm. This is a thick-skinned guy. He doesn't understand anything, that way. So that is third meaning of Vyadha. And fourth meaning he says of Vyadha is anyone who has a very, very demoniac attitude, such demoniac attitude that he enjoys actually giving trouble to others. So such a person, what Lord's pastimes and all that will give him the taste. He, in fact, only relishes giving trouble to others. In fact, Sanatana Goswami gives a very strong comment. He says, Puman virajyet is said here. Puman. ऐसा कौन सा पुरुष है जो ऐसी कथा को छोड़ेगा? पुरुष है तो नहीं छोड़ेगा, अगर क्लिबवत नपुंसक है तो छोड़ेगा. This is Sanatana Goswami. मर्द है तो कृष्ण कथा को त्यागेगा नहीं. In that sense he is saying, कहा पुमान विरजत, कौन सा पुरुष छोड़ेगा? क्लिबवत असतंत्र तू, जो नपुंसक है वो छोड़ देगा कृष्ण कथा को, पुरुष नहीं छोड़ेगा कभी. Like that he speaks in a virya bhav. Of course, by Puman he says it's for ladies also. He's saying for Madhajis as well, whatever, Prabhujis, both of them. But he's bringing up that virya aspect. You consider yourself Purush, then you show the taste in Krishna Radha. Like that Sanatana Goswami has commented. So very special commentary that he does. Vina naretaram. That way. So this is it. Wonderful Lord's pastimes in this way. One should be interested like that. Fine. Srila, in fact, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary says that even if there are some personalities like yogis who accept Lord's Leela only in sadhan kal and then they give up in sadhya dasha, so he condemns those people also as animals. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, because they are accepting only in sadhan dasha. Chitta badisham, this verse comes in third canto. वो क्या समझते हैं कि your mind needs a hook, just like a fish needs a hook, and on that hook there is some amish if you want to catch a fish. So similarly, in order to catch the fish of chitta, you give him the amish of Vishnu, and once the fish is caught, then you take away the Vishnu, like that. So that is how they think. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is addressing that idea. Chitta badisham, shanakai viyunkte. एक बार मन नियंत्रण में आ गया तो फिर निकाल दीजिए विष्णु को वहां से. So he says, इति वक्षमाना योगिना, ऐसे आगे बोलने जाने वाले योगी कपिल मुनि will say, पशुत्वम व्यंजितम, even they are pashus, he says like that. So he gives that commentary. Okay, fine. So finally, Prabhupada, narration of activities of personality of Godhead is like a constant flow of nectar. No one can refuse to drink such nectar except one who is not a human being, like that. So that same aspect. Finally, Prabhupada says, therefore, there are many books of stories and histories in the world, but except for narration of topics of personality of Godhead, none are capable of diminishing the burden of material pranks. Bhavapaham. Therefore, one who is serious about eliminating material existence must chant and hear narrations of transcendental activities of personality of Godhead. Otherwise, one must be compared to the non-humans. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of third canto, 13th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Appearance of Lord Varaha. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol. Is there anything, if somebody wants to ask, maybe they can stay back, others can move. Yeah.
Referring to 3:13:35, what are 4 kinds of fruits?
Okay, 3:13. So he's talking about Chaturhotram, I think. Yeah, Chaturhotram. There are 4, Hota, Udgata, Brahma, and Adhvaryu. So these 4 priests have their activities. That is called as Chaturhotra. So each one of the Vedas, they talk about this. Primarily 3 Vedas talk about it. But yeah, you can also correspond 4 Vedas to 4 Chaturhotra. Okay, so 4 priests, Prabhu, that is activities of 4 priests in Chaturhotra. Anything else? Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.